have to ask,
Yes.
how are you doing post-separation from Lindsay these days?
It's been very, very hard. I even just struggle kind of trying to describe, you know, I care about her. We've been through a lot together, and I think over the last 10 months, and just, it's been really difficult. We've had a lot of ups and downs, and I think people ultimately are going to see what occurred when the season does air.
What can you tell us about like the last conversation the two of you had?
I mean, it was an incredibly emotional conversation. I think if you think about the gravity of like it, like I felt like our situation needed to be, we needed to have more conversations about where we were at, but it was incredibly emotional and kind of confusing summer to begin with. But I think people ultimately are going to have to watch to really see and understand what really went on. But until then, I've been trying to be private and take my space, process. It's a very emotional and difficult situation. I feel really badly, but at the end of the day, I do feel like this ultimately will be the better thing for the both of us in different directions. And I'm praying for peace and clarity, because I've been really, really having a hard time with it all.
How has the Bravo universe been supporting you through this time? We saw a lot of the girls went on a bachelorette trip with Lindsay. Have people been rallying around you in the same way?
Yeah, and I love that people are rallying for her. She deserves that. It's amazing to see her girlfriends and friends come out and support her. Hey, Andy. Hi. How are you? Good to see you. I love that. Yeah, hang on. Good to see you. Needed that hug.
Aww.
Hi, how are you?
Have you guys talked since?
Yeah, so when I was on Watch What Happens Live in January last year, Andy had a friend of his bartend. His name's George Kalasa. He had shared his cancer story on that episode. Lindsay and I were guests. I was really touched by his story, and George sadly passed away a few months ago. So I was invited to his celebration of life, and Andy was a speaker and gave a eulogy. And I talked to Andy after the funeral, which was last weekend. So I have seen him, and he was blown away that I was there, but I was so touched by George and his story. I just felt it was important to show up and be there for him. But yeah, I've been living with friends and family, trying to just process, take time, focus on myself, and just try to move forward, because ultimately I want to move forward and move ahead with my life. I've got a lot of really exciting things going on.
What do you have going on?
Ever heard of Loverboy?
I have heard of Loverboy. I've sipped it.
Yeah, so Loverboy is going to evolve.
Okay.
And
How so?
The non-alcoholic version. So I'm excited to be talking with Kyle and Amanda. You'll see some of this on the next season.
Okay. I was going to ask, will we be seeing you next season, and will Lindsay be there, and how is that going to go?
We'll see. I mean, I'm a one day at a time person. Okay. I'm hopeful and optimistic that it could be a healthy existence. I haven't really seen her or talked to her since a few weeks ago. We've texted to try to, but it's not been.
Yeah, how are things now? Like, what are the conversations like?
It's more just, I've been logistic, like, hey, I need to handle that or whatever. And I think we just need to keep going our separate ways and healing. Mm-hmm. And I want nothing but the best for her. Yeah.